Okay, on to take number like 76. My name is Icy. How you doing? I see you joined the video. This pickup line or one-liner pun gets worse every single time I've had to say it, and I've had to say it like 6 times because I've been interrupted, and I just want to get to this video. Like it has just been the most stressful thing because I keep being interrupted. It's not a long video. It's not a hard video. It's a fun video. I enjoy making these. This is I'm just ranting to people who don't understand what I'm talking about. Um, Anywho, as you saw from the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about some underrated characters in Hunter x Hunter. These are my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Tell me about it in the comments. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm a fucking idiot because I didn't put your waifu on the list. Wait, there's not really any waifus in Hunter x Hunter. I don't know who I'm talking to here, but you exist out there somewhere, angry person. Um, Now this video is something I want to do, and I want to do more videos like this. This video is not scripted, and it's just something I thought I'd have fun with because I wanted to put something out while I'm working on other videos. God, they're loud. I am so sorry about that. There's not going to be any cuts in the audio, so I'm going to try not to pause as much. I don't want to have to do really anything to the audio, cutting wise, just uncut. Yeah. Pauses and everything. I'm just trolling at this point, but I wanted to talk about the five underrated characters because these are some of my favorite characters that nobody talks about and everybody wants to talk about. Gon, Killua, Kurapika, Netero, Meruem, all these people who are amazing, but there's side characters that can hang with them, in my opinion. In my opinion, I need to put that again in big bold letters in front of the screen right now. This is all my opinion. Please, you're allowed to have a different opinion. Don't get mad at me for it. But anyway, let's get straight into it. With number 5 is Phaeton from the Phantom Troop. Now I know what you're saying. Well, why didn't you put Shalnark, Nobunaga, Uvogan? Why didn't you put anybody from the Phantom Troop besides Phaeton? Because if I were to put every character in the Phantom Troop, this video would be like it. I'd be going on forever. I would have nothing to talk. Like I would have so much to talk about. It would no longer be fun. Also, I just wanted to limit myself to just one character, and Phaeton happens to be my favorite of the Phantom Troop besides Crollo. I know if you say anybody's above Crollo, oh my God, you'll get murdered. Which, by the way, my next video is going to be a Crollo video, so stay tuned for that. Not next, but like I'm working on it. I'll probably do something else in between. He's just got a really cool design, and that's personally why I really like Phaeton. He's just got this cool little like hood, not hood, like mask. It's not really a mask. It's kind of like, you know, Shino from Naruto. Well, if you took, I don't know why I'm describing this to you. You know who Phaeton is. There's probably been like 4 pictures already of him on the screen since I started talking. I don't know what I'm doing here, but he's an extremely powerful Nen user. He's got a pretty powerful Hatsu in particular. It slips my mind what the name of it is, which is a little funny, seeing as how I claim to be a big stan of Phaeton, and I can't even remember what his Hatsu ability is called. But yeah, that just whole thing of the amount of damage they do back to him gets put back onto them, and it depends on and then that gauges how quickly they die. It's pretty crazy. Everybody in the Phantom Troop is literally told stay away from him when he gets angry. So yeah, I just love Phaeton. He's got some of the better fights in the show. The times we do see him fight. Now remember, I'm talking about. I'll explain when I'm talking about manga because I do bring a manga up a little bit later, but currently I am not talking about that. I'm talking about just the show because nothing comes close to Hisoka versus Crollo. It's my favorite fight in the whole series. I didn't mean to whisper in your ear, but I just needed to get my point across. I just don't really hear people talk about him. I mean, everybody's got their own favorite Phantom Troop member aside from Crollo, so I'm curious to see whose yours is, and if you agree with me, that's cool, dude. Let me know. And if you disagree with me, let me know. Go ahead and argue with me or something. I don't know. I'm going to take a sip of this coffee. Oh, I should mention, this is not only like my eighth take, but it's also like 5 in the morning. Actually, it's like 5 in the morning for me because I stayed up all night and I went to bed at 2 p.m. and it is now 8 p.m. So for me, I feel like it's 5 in the morning and I'm still very, very tired. But everybody else in my house is very lively, so if they make noise in the background, I apologize. I'm not cutting it out because why would I do that? Um, so number 4 on the list has a connection to Karapika, and that is Melody. Oh, you know what? Before I go into Melody, I want to bring up Karapika because I I would put him on this list if only for the fact that people just call him an edgelord and a Sasuke ripoff, which is bullshit because Hunter x Hunter, the original, came out way before Naruto. So, like, clearly Kishimoto was inspired by him, but they're also still very different characters. I don't think Kishimoto is, or that Sasuke is a ripoff Kurapika. Sure, they have they have similar elements, but they're very different characters. Stop saying that Kurapika is a ripoff of Sasuke, because even if he was, even if they were the same character, it would have been Sasuke that's a ripoff. I never have had a chance to rant about that, so I just felt like I should. Um, oh, another thing about Kurapika is like the next three characters on the list are all related to him in some way, and it's funny I didn't notice that when I was writing this list because I had to write the list down because I would have forgot, and then I would have been stuttering. Like I know I said it's unscripted, but I do have like just the top 5 list. Like I said, in no particular order, except for number 1. There's also going to be a bonus, so if you're curious to hear about that, then you'll have to stay tuned. Um, but number 4 is Melody, and some of you may not even remember who Melody is. Um, she is the sound hunter that works with Kurapika in the Nostrad family, and when they're bodyguarding him. Her Now I don't have a lot to talk about with Melody because we don't know a lot about her aside from her backstory, and I don't really want to go into her backstory right now because this is not this is not that video. That video exists somewhere else on someone else's channel. The dissection of Melody and her philosophy that exists somewhere. I'm sure of it. Um, but yeah, she's got an interesting Nen ability. She's just got an interesting. She's just mysterious. Like you learn her backstory, but you don't know much about her. Like you don't know much more about her after you learn her backstory than you did before you even learned. Although granted, I think her backstory would make a cool anthology series, and I would love to see more about that pursued. I don't really remember too much of what it is. I don't remember specifics, but I know there was like a sheet of music or something that was like deadly, something like that. I'm sure somebody will be like, "How don't you know about that? You're literally the Hunter x Hunter guy now. You should know everything about it and every little detail of every little character, down to what they call their Zetsu on Tuesdays." Like, no, I'm sorry. I have a finite memory capacity in my brain. I've been running on low for a while now and just deleting and then reusing storage space. So I'm sorry, I don't remember what Melody's best friend's name was during her backstory. Also, the fact that she can hear you from very far away makes her she's just an excellent sensory hunter because of the fact that she can hear you, and if she can't hear you from far away because it's raining or there's a lot of loud noise, then she could just use N, and her N will detect you. So you're not hiding from Melody, I promise. Yeah, there's really not much to talk about with her. So we're going to move on to another person I don't have much to talk about with, Izunave. Now, you probably don't even know who Izunave is, because originally, I didn't know that was his name. I always thought this character was cool. I forgot to say who it is. There's a picture on the screen, so you might recognize him. But he taught Kurapika. He was his instructor. He was the wing to Kurapika, the bisky to Kurapika. I'd say he's a combination because he actually taught Kurapika how to use Gyo, Ken, Ren, or Ryu. All those things we learned about in the last video, which sucked. He's got this the only way I can describe his character design is just tired. He just looks like he needs a nap. I don't know if that was done intentionally, but he just looks like he needs a nap, and I don't know why. I don't know why that appeals to me so much. Maybe it's because when I was writing like the names out for this, I was really tired. So maybe that's what it is. But he just looks so cool to me, even though like the only way I can describe his look is just tired. Also, he doesn't do much in the show, but he does do some cool manga stuff, which you should definitely go read, because the Hunter x Hunter manga, aside from the like book-like format on some pages, the amount of words on there, you would think you were reading a light novel. Um, it's really good. It's really good. He's also just got this mysterious energy around him, so like it's just all kinds of interesting with Izunave, and I'm sure there's probably someone out there who hates Izunave and like sees this video and is like, "What? How you gonna put him at number 3? That dude was lame." Yeah, I don't care, dude. Like, there's like you think I'm joking, but those people really exist, and you can't really do anything about it. They're just there. You just have to live with them, cause they want you to say something back, and you can't, because then you lose. You lose every time. You can't say. I'm I'm getting so sidetracked. I'm sorry. Let's just move on to number 2. Number 2 is Leorio. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't like Leorio. That's probably what you thought in your head, because a lot of people don't like Leorio, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Okay, that's the wrong terminology. I understand why you don't like Leorio. I just don't think it's justified. Like, despite him being one of the main 4, he really takes a backseat in the series, especially after York knew, and then we don't see him again really until we see the chairman arc. I'm sorry for that pause. I was like blanking. But yeah, we don't really see him that much. People dump on him actually for being weak, because I guess he got saved by Gon in the OP, which doesn't make any sense to me why you're using that as a reference. But sure. He's actually not weak, however. His Nen ability is pretty unique. It's not really unique. I would say it's cool. He puts that like portal thing down, and he puts his hand through it, and it opens up wherever he wanted it to. He's not very smart with it, however, because he could have punched Jing in the face a lot quicker if he would have just put it on the desk and not on the floor. I don't know. I'm getting off topic again. This is why I don't know. Also, like, he's just really funny to me. Like, I just find him really, really funny. Like, there's a scene in the Greed Island arc when, right before it, I might actually be considered in it, but Killua and Gon are trying to get into Greed Island, and so they need money, and they like find these objects that are like Nen infused, and they're using Gyo to look at it, and Leorio's like, "Give me that," and he takes it, and he just strains his face trying to use Gyo to look at it. And that's actually when we learn that Leorio is actually learning Nen, because through dialogue. So, his perviness in the Hunter exams was also really funny to me. That's just something I think everybody can find funny. His age was also joked about, where he looks like he's like in his 20s, but he's like late 20s, but he's only like 16. I actually don't know his actual age. Like, I remember being told it by people and the show telling me, but I don't remember. I just don't like that people think he's a weak character, so I wanted to kind of explain it a little bit, because I don't think I'll ever really have a chance to talk about Leorio again unless people really want it, and even then there's not a lot to cover. So number 1 on this list is Razor from Greed Island. Now, the first thing you probably thought when I said that was the volleyball match. And occasionally there's the off chance person, like a while back I was talking to Swag Kage about this, and he was telling me a bunch of things that I was actually going to go over later in a second. But he was telling me about how he thought it was really funny how he just booted the Phantom Troop off of the island, just to show his power, that he was able to just delete them from the game, which is funny. He also brought up the fact that I don't know if you knew this, Razor's Nen is the fucking game. Like, the whole game. It is the whole game. Like, not, alright, so not the whole thing, but, because there's like those girls and they help and they give him. But his Nen aura is like the cards and the book and all of that and the NPCs. He's got so much aura. He made almost like a second country. Like, I don't know the size of Greed Island. Like, I don't know. I'll have to get somebody to scale the map for me in square meters or something like that. But I don't know the feat of it. But he is controlling NPCs all over the game, and then still was whooping Hisoka, Gon, and Killua in a volleyball match using Nen. So he's just one of the strongest characters in the series, and nobody knows about it. And it's just disappointing. Also, he's got like that buff Chad attitude that's always funny when it's done right, and it was done right with him. He's just one of my favorite characters, and he's my personal favorite character to be introduced in the Greed Island arc. And yeah, there's a lot. Well, I forgot to say the bonus. I just moved on, but my bonuses were Bisky, Wing, and anyone else in the Phantom Troop, and what's his name? Nove, I believe. I don't know. Yeah, so those are just some bonuses. I'm not going to go in depth with any of them in particular. Yeah, so who was your favorite character on the list, or is there anybody you think deserves to be on the list more? Like I said, this is all in my opinion, and it's not a top 5, except Razor is definitely one of the most underrated characters. But if there's anyone else you think is underrated, let me know in the comments down below. And if you just think I'm an idiot and don't know what he's talking about, you're probably right. Yeah, I know this video was quite a bit different than the last one. I just wanted to have a bit of fun with this one because I was so serious in the last video and I didn't really get to have fun. And I felt like it showed that I wasn't having so much fun with it because it was getting really stressful. And I appreciate it if you did check it out. Oh, I hit my mic. I appreciate it if you did check it out. It means a lot to me. But yeah, if you guys want to see more Hunter x Hunter content, then hit that subscribe button. And if you actually enjoyed this video, then it would mean a lot if you would hit that like button as well. Yeah, also follow me on Twitter if you haven't. I need friends. Yeah, so it's been icy.
Just need to exhale.